Hello everyone and welcome to today's online class for class 10. As you can see, we are facing a bit of electrical power problem. Just try to bear with me for the classes that we are going to do now. In the last classes we have talked about metals, definition of metals, properties of metal, chemical properties of metal, different chemical reaction regarding the metals. Now in the initial stage, in the initial class, actually in the first class, we talked about elements in the universe and how many types of elements are there. Metal was one of them. There was another type of metal known as, another type of elements known as non-metals. Metals by definition were those elements which when doing chemical reaction was losing electrons and producing the cations of the element. The contrary is the non-metals. Non-metals are those kinds of element in the nature which gains electron and create anions or respective anions of that elements. So by definition you can write non-metals are those elements which gain one or more than one electrons to produce the anions of that respective elements. Now, as example, the most common one as oxygen atom. Oxygen atom gains 2 electron and produces O2 minus anion. This is the oxygen atom. One atom of oxygen gains 2 electron and produces O2 minus ion. This ion is known as oxide ion. In the similar manner, another one example is sulfur. This is sulfur atom gains 2 electron and produces H2 minus. Sulfide ion. H2 minus is sulfide ion. Let's take another example. This is fluorine atom. It gains 1 electron and produces F minus anion. The name of this anion is fluoride ion. So evidently you can see, depending on what element we have taken, depending on what non-metal we have taken, it accepts or gains 1 or 2 electron or more than 1 electron to produce the respective anions of that element. Like in the case of oxygen, it gains 2 electron and produces this oxide ion, O2 minus. This sulfur, again by gaining 2 electron, produces this anion of sulfur is 2 minus. The name of this one is sulfide ion. And this fluorine, by gaining 1 electron, producing this F minus anion. The name of this anion is fluoride ion. study the physical properties of non-metals. The first one that we are going to study is the hardness of non-metals. We all know that all metals are quite hard in nature. They are predominantly found in solid form. Unlike metals, non-metals on the other hand are soft in nature. Most of them are. Exception one is the diamond, an allotropy of carbon. Carbon in its diamond form are extremely strong in nature. In fact, diamond is found to be the strongest non-metal found in nature. That is, if I have to write down the property of hardness, the first thing that I can write is non-metals are generally soft. Exception is that diamond, an allotrope of carbon. In fact, it is the hardest element in the nature. It is so hard in nature. In diamond industry to produce jewelry, other diamond is used to cut other diamonds, because no other element, like even knife made up of iron, even that cannot cut diamond. It is so hard. That's why even to cut other diamonds, other diamond is being used. Most of the metals can be found either in solid state or in gaseous state or in liquid state. Unlike metals, which predominantly are found in solid state. Hence, the next property of non-metals, so a little bit of mistake I had made, should have been non-metals, because we are doing the physical properties of non-metals. Okay. So let's get back to the second property, that is the state of non-metals. So it will be solid or liquid or gaseous. In any one of these three forms, non-metals do exist, unlike metals which predominantly exist in solid form. Last, the next property of non-metal that we are going to study is luster. Non-metals are not luster at all. Exception being that diamond and iodine, which are shinier in nature, is found having a shiny, lustrous characteristic in them. That is the two exception. Otherwise, non-metals predominantly are not shiny at all. The next one is the sonority. Now, sonority is that when you are hit an element with something, if it makes a typical sound, then you say that that element is sonorous. Like metal, when metal is hit with another metal or a solid element or substance, metal do give a typical metallic sound. That's why we say that predominantly all metals are sonoric in nature, not non-metals. Non-metals are not sonoric at all.